I stand before you wonderful people to convey condolences to the family of Mr. John Thongori on behalf of the judiciary. We mourn a great luminary, an advocate of human rights, an advocate of family, and an advocate of good governance and social justice. I convey condolences on behalf of the Supreme Court. Just yesterday, we were all brought to tears when we received a letter from the firm of Judy Thongori telling us that a matter which was listed before us today cannot proceed because Judy has rested. What I'm telling you is that firm of lawyers that was introduced here is a professional law firm. They are well trained, they are well organized, and we wondered, in this time of mourning, they still had the time to think about writing to the Supreme Court to inform us. That is how organized Judy was, and that is how she has trained that law firm. We celebrate you, and we thank Judy for what she has invested in that law firm. It's a law firm for the future. I also convey condolences from the entire National Council on the Administration of Justice, which Judy supported in many, many ways to make sure that in the justice sector we are coordinated and we collaborate with each other, because at the end of the day we require justice to be done. And she always reminded us it did matter who failed, whether it's the police who failed, the prosecution who failed, the judiciary that failed. If one of us failed, all of us had failed. The same way she believed that if there is a threat to justice anywhere, it meant that all of us were threatened. If there was injustice somewhere, justice was threatened everywhere. We are here to celebrate a profound member of the legal profession. And listening to the many stories, we can talk here for days and even weeks to talk about Judy. But I would like to say three things. When we poached her from the law firm of Dongo, Joroge, and Kwach to come and join FIDA, we had seen our skill, our commitment, and our hard work. And indeed, when she came to FIDA, she revolutionized, as the head of litigation, the approach we had. I was the chairperson, Honorable Harris Wahome was the vice chairperson, and the galaxy of women who stood up to be recognized as FIDA members were in the council or in the membership. We were struggling with huge numbers of clients who were coming for legal representation at FIDA. And Judy, who was focusing on public interest litigation, told us that we have to do something to educate the clients who are coming for self-representation, a model that is now being followed all over Africa and globally. So we trained our clients on self-representation, and this is the same concept we are following now in the judiciary under the social transformation through access to justice when we talk about people-centered justice. Because Judy believed until we build the agency of the clients that we represent, for them to know their rights, for them to claim their rights, for them to defend their rights, we will not get anywhere. So please let us celebrate Judy, because our legacy is going to outlive her. You have seen the galaxy of the young women that she has trained. She started that at FINDA, making sure that whoever comes to work in FINDA is properly trained on how to prepare printings, how to make representation, and therefore we are here to mourn a wonderful woman in the law. So for me, it is with profound sadness that I'm here to pay tribute to Judy Thongori Senior Counsel, a trailblazer whose tireless work and dedication profoundly shaped family law and advanced the rights of women, the rights of children, the rights of the elderly, and the family in Kenya. As we have been told by her husband, her legal journey began with a focus on commercial law, but fate and God's purpose for her life and a different path in store for her to shape the family law. When the family division was being started in 2006, I think Chief Justice was not convinced that we needed a whole division to start, to dedicate to family matters. But Judy, I remember arguing vehemently that if we can dedicate a specialized unit for commercial work, for land law, where are these people coming from to go to do commercial activities and businesses? Where are they coming for to go and litigate family land matters? They are coming from family. And she managed to convince everybody in a usual, subtle, firm manner that we needed a family division dedicated to the families. Recently, when I became Chief Justice, she came also to encourage the judiciary to have specialized units to deal with sexual, gender-based violence. It is unfortunate that Judy has gone. We have 13 of them, but we are still faced with many, many cases of SGBV, including femicide. But as we bid Judy farewell, as we reflect on her legacy, the legacy that she left, and the work that she has left incomplete, is for us to make sure that this country is safe and secure for everybody. It is our business to find out why are our women, why are our girls being killed. So the entry of Judy in FINDA and in the legal profession has been a turning point both in our life and for the organization. She brought with her a sharp legal mind, always trying to find out what is the solution, what is the best solution for the matter that is before me. And no wonder we all recognized her and called her the mother of mediation. Because mediation did not start in the judiciary when it was institutionalized. Mediation started in FINDA. When clients came, we used to write a legal letter, and I'm told that legal letter really used to scare people. They would come to FINDA, and Judy would put them in a meeting and try to find out the best solution. How will children go to school? How will they eat? When they finish that journey of taking care of the welfare of the children, then they will address the matters of the division of matrimonial property. That time we did not even have the Matrimonial Property Act that we have today. It was another advocacy that Judy engaged in. She was part of our technical team, even during the constitutional review process, to ensure that all those rights of the family, the rights of women, the elderly, the marginalized, were entrenched in the Constitution. Our work went beyond advocacy to improving the lives of our families. After her remarkable tenure at Finda, Kenya, Judy transitioned to private practice, and she is undoubtedly one of the most respected family law practitioners. Before shaping the family law as it is, very few people wanted to venture into it. Our contributions to shaping the family law jurisprudence were evident recently when the Supreme Court at 12th conference that took place in November 2024, Judy participated in our panel discussions on emerging family jurisprudence from the Supreme Court of Kenya. She provided very insightful reflections on key areas requiring jurisprudential clarity, including unresolved questions surrounding the rebuttable presumption of joint ownership of matrimonial property under Section 14B of the Matrimonial Property Act and the implication of non-registration of customary marriage on divorce proceedings. Judy was always ahead of her time. For me, I have lost a friend, I've lost a comrade, a neighbor who invited me to that relief neighborhood you have talked about when she moved there. And I liked it, but I could not afford the house in the gated community. But she helped me identify a plot and held my hand as we constructed and went through the turmoil of construction with her. You know how contractors hold you ransom. One time we were with Judy inspecting the construction, and the contractor was not doing the right thing. And when a quarrel ensued, he threw the keys to me. And he knew how vulnerable I was because I had a loan to pay, the house is not moving, and there is no end in sight. But Judy took the contractor aside, they negotiated, and came to a settlement. So Judy always solved all manner of problems. And I ended up being her neighbor. We had numerous walks in the neighborhood before my life changed drastically. More than 3 years ago, I will miss a neighbor recently when I was flooded. Judy was the first responder to my flight. She was wondering whether to go and get for me a boat. But I had already freed, and I know the pain of being a refugee from your own house. So this is the kind of a friend we have lost in the profession, in the neighborhood, who cared about the welfare of everybody. She took up the issue of the flooding to make sure that there was a one and all solution for all of us in the neighborhood. She cared for everybody. And whatever Judy touched with her hands, she gave it her all. She never left anything incomplete. I used to call her a complete finisher because whatever Judy touched, she completed it to a logical conclusion. So friends, family, this afternoon, on behalf of the judiciary, and on my own behalf and that of my family, I extend our heartfelt condolences to you, John, and to your children. We have always reminisced about the success of our families with Judy. She told me how Eric was writing a book on motor vehicles, and I made a mental note to find out whether that book has been published. Eric, you want to become a mechanic? We will cheer you to see to it the book that you started writing is completed and published, if it hasn't already been published. And it's already published. Wonderful, congratulations. And we will continue to cheer you as you endeavor to undertake your profession in motor vehicles. Wairimu, you are in our profession. I look forward to admitting you as an advocate of the High Court. Judy Thongori, Senior Counsel, was a luminary in many, many things. May her soul rest in eternal peace, and may her extraordinary legacy continue to inspire and guide all of us. She has passed a torch, she has passed a baton to us who have been left. Until we meet again, my dear friend, my sister Judy, rest in peace, rest in power. Thank you very much.